Hi everyone, today I'll be showing you Snapshot, an app designed to help educators visualize and understand the social connections within their classroom or program cohort. Snapshot helps teachers identify which students are socially integrated and which students might need a little extra support, all through a single simple question. How often do you speak or interact with this person? Students answer on a scale from 1 to 5, from never to daily. And that's all the input Snapshot needs to generate a complete picture of the class social dynamics. Let me show you how it works. Once students respond, Snapshot creates three visual metrics. The first is the sociability graph, which shows each student's social orientation on a 4-quadrant chart. You'll notice 4 types of student. Collaborative, students who interact often and are recognized by peers for doing so. Eager, students who feel very social, but whose peers may not rate those interactions as highly. Selective, students who don't self-report much interaction, but whose peers say they're more active than they think. Reserved, students who rarely interact according to both themselves and others. In this class data, you can see that 3 students fall into the reserved category, meaning they're not as socially integrated as their peers. This gives the teacher an immediate sense of who might need some extra outreach or support. Next, Snapshot provides a histogram of the class' overall social cohesion. Each bar represents students' average contact frequency, rating as reported by others. You'll see that the distribution is roughly normal, but notice how the left side skews slightly. That's where the same 3 students appear again. One student stands out clearly as an outlier, and the other 2 are on the lower end of the curve. This visual helps teachers quickly identify patterns in class cohesion, when most students are well connected but a few might be slipping through the cracks. Finally, Snapshot generates a 2-dimensional map of social groups. Using principal-component analysis and k-mean clustering, the app organizes the student into visible clusters that represent natural, friend, or interaction groups. Here, we can see how the class divides into several small clusters, and once again, the 3 students we identified earlier sit noticeably apart from these main groups. This visualization confirms what we saw in the sociability graph and the histogram. These 3 students aren't well integrated socially. According to the teacher for this class, each of them later received individualized support, confirming that Snapshot can meaningfully inform real, targeted interventions. I want to emphasize that Snapshot is built for teachers, not for evaluating students individually, but for supporting them. All students' names are automatically scrubbed from the data before I ever see it. I never know who any specific student is. My role is to provide the quantitative mapping and assessment tools, the insights that help teachers understand their classrooms more clearly and decide how to best support each student. So to recap everything I've said, the sociability graph shows individual interaction styles. The histogram reveals the class overall cohesion, and the social map highlights how groups form and where support might be needed. With Snapshot, teachers gain a data-driven, visual way to promote inclusion and strengthen community in the classroom. Thanks for watching.